Hi there, it's Kathy once again. Now we're going to talk about how to care for others without losing yourself and 6 essential strategies if you're a family caregiver. Caregiving is one of the most meaningful roles that we all take on at some point. You've either been a caregiver, are a caregiver, or will be. But it's also one of the most demanding. Whether you're supporting a spouse, a parent, a sibling, child, or another loved one, this weight of responsibility can bring emotional strain and practical challenges, and most of all, spiritual exhaustion. As a caregiver, you can all too easily fall into patterns that limit your own well-being. If you deny warning signs in a loved one's health or delay important legal or financial steps, avoid asking for help, or neglect your own need for renewal, these are the things that can drop you into that abyss sometimes. And over time, these habits or these practices, things you ignore, leave you isolated and drained out and overwhelmed. I know. Not only have I been in elder care and advising for 35 years, but I recently completed a 3-year journey with my sister who passed last year. So I've been on both sides, and being a caregiver is a commitment. So to help you navigate your own journey, here are 6 essential areas of focus that help me and things that I taught others over my career. Practical steps that help to ensure that you remain clear, strong, and more importantly, supported. So let's take a look at the first strategy. Don't delay warning signs. Denial feels like a way to cope, and certainly is the initial response when you get bitter news. But it oftentimes, always really, prevents action when it's most needed. If your loved one is showing signs of forgetfulness or frequent falls, sudden changes in behavior, or just a sense of decline, don't ignore these signals. Get external validation. Here's when you need it, from physicians, from specialists, from trusted professionals who know what they're talking about, to help you gain some clarity. Through it all, it's important, too, to trust your own compass. If you feel something isn't right, something probably isn't right. The caregiving experience requires a lot of courage. A courage to name what you see, accept what is happening, and move forward with a plan. By choosing this level of awareness over denial, you honor both your own and your loved one's dignity, and your own ability to respond without feeling so drained. So that's number 1. Number 2, keep estate planning documents up to date. One of the most overlooked stressors for anyone in the caregiver experience is unclear and outdated legal and financial planning. As a matter of fact, I just updated mine the beginning of this year after going through my most recent experience. Things like wills, powers of attorney, healthcare proxies, and yes, advance directives. What do you want done and not done? Need to be reviewed regularly. Not only with close family members, but anyone who might be involved. This really will reduce conflict and ensure that your decisions are made in alignment with what your loved one wanted, that you're all on the same page. Playing small in this area or avoiding these difficult conversations for fear of upsetting somebody only creates bigger challenges later. It does. Believe me, I know. True strength lies in facing these realities head on with clarity and also compassion. It's not just about the documents. It's about creating peace of mind for everybody that's involved, getting everyone on the same page, close to the same page, especially while your loved one is still able to make his or her needs known. 3, get or seek out neutral Neutral here's the key word, and reliable, another key word, guidance. You know, as caregivers, we get flooded with advice, much of it tied to sales pitches, hidden agendas, and pretty useless. A neutral guide, such as a geriatric care manager, aging life care professional, maybe an elder law attorney, or your local area agency on aging, gets you started with trustworthy information without any pressure. This prevents the whole time suck, the misuse of your energy and resources, and help you focus on solutions that truly service your loved one. By aligning yourself with advisors who have integrity, you conserve your own energy for what matters most, which is problem solving and sustaining your own balance. This is key. Get a look at the bigger picture, because you live the bigger picture before making decision on the details or the pieces of the puzzle. Number 4, share your journey through support groups. Caregiving can be a very lonely experience, especially when family and friends don't quite get the weight that you carry. Joining a support group connects you with others who get it. These groups provide a safe space to release your own regrets, comparisons, self-doubts, and at the same time, get encouragement from people who are on a similar path. I facilitate caregiver support groups and retreats because I know firsthand the healing that comes from telling your story, listening to others, and realizing you're not alone. All of this results in you are heard. We are heard. Somebody listens to us. Sharing your journey isn't a sign of being weak. It's a profound act, something you can do for yourself. Connect with others, improve your own resilience. Number 5, make time for your own respite and renewal. Do not neglect your own well-being. Take respite, whether it's through an adult day program, short-term help, family neighbor assistance, anything that can create or open up a space for you, for quiet time, for self-care, for reflection. In these moments of stillness, you can reconnect with your own inner compass, the compass that guides you. It helps to release resentments that can build up and to restore life balance. Remember, this is really important. Your capacity to care for someone else is directly tied to how well you care for yourself. Number 6. Wasn't sure that I was going to add this one, but yeah, I had to. Is that hospitalization really needed? Hospitalization in older adults is often it's more harmful than helpful, especially if that hospitalization is really not necessary. Even short hospital stays trigger hospital-acquired complications, such as infections, falls, pressure ulcers, medication errors. That's just naming a few. One of the more serious risk, if you will, is delirium. Delirium is an acute state of confusion that develops rapidly in unfamiliar environments in the elderly. Delirium not only causes agitation, it can lead to fear, it can accelerate memory loss, increases the risk of long-term cognitive decline, and makes it more difficult for your loved one to return home or return to the prior level of independence they once had. So for someone who is managing fairly well at home, a hospitalization can be that event that starts a downward spiral. I'm going to expand a bit more here. It's a passion of mine. I've just seen it too often. The impact of hospitalization on elderly people extends far beyond the medical issue that brought them in. Loss of mobility from prolonged bed rest leads to muscle weakness, which leads to difficulty walking, and this can sometimes be permanent. I went through this with my mother. Sleep disruption, poor nutrition, and the stress of continuous and constant medical interventions take their toll on both the body and the spirit. So, at discharge, many older people require rehab, which is more and more being denied by certain insurance companies, or higher levels of care that they didn't need before. So the hospitalization was the direct cause of needing that higher level of care. And where does that burden fall? On you, the caregiver. That's why prevention is so important. Through regular primary care, useful careful medication management, timely vaccinations. I'm going to be doing a video on vaccinations because there's a lot of misinformation out there, and strong support systems at home. And home doesn't necessarily mean your immediate family. It is the community. So here you can oftentimes avoid the hospitalization altogether. So here are 6 essential strategies for caregivers. Those of us who have been caregivers, those of you who are, and maybe a little bit of knowledge for those of you who don't know it yet, but actually may become a caregiver. It usually comes knocking without notice. It's not something we choose to do. Caregiving is an experience that is, it chooses us. And it comes with its own sense of feeling like you're living on a fault line with periods of relative calm, right? Things are going along, and then ba-boom, crash, boom, bang, that earthquake or that fault line cracks open, and it starts this cascade of events that we just described. So the more you plan, the more you're aware, this is going to help you to maintain balance. It's helped me. So thank you for listening to this short little video where I'm sharing some of the things that I learned, both professionally and personally. And if you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it with others so you can continue getting more like this. Take care.